Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nativ. This is Native Cafri Music, where I react to music from all time, modern music from the 20th century onwards. And I want to get to know new bands and new artists and to see how everything really assembles together. And I recently did a new reaction to a band called Chicago. They're an American band that combine rock and roll together with jazz, and they also do all of different mashups. We heard the last song that they added a little bit of elements from Bach and classical music, Baroque music. So you could really maybe call them a progressive rock band, and we heard a little bit of that element in their 1986 song that I reacted to. Check it out in the previous reactions that I did on my channel. You can also search via different playlists and check out different reactions and whatever style that you're connected to. This is If You Leave Me Now, Chicago 1976. Now, I didn't really find an original video for this one, so check out Chicago Band. That's their channel that we saw the last video on. Yeah, so I know this song, and I said it in the last reaction as well, from a movie. I've never heard the original. Somebody sang it in a movie, in a romantic comedy, and this is really interesting. This is my second introduction to this band, and I'm really excited because this seems to be a little bit earlier in their maybe jazzy sound. Maybe we can hear more the horn section play here, which is important for me because that was what I was expecting in the last one, and I didn't really get it there. So, all right, without further ado, we're going to start with today's reaction. All right, so this is from P.S. Cesar, and check out his channel, and regardless, go to Chicago Band original channel. I'm not doing a replacement for the original. I'm here to learn and to react. So let's go, guys. All right, this start is very, very familiar for me. So maybe not only in this movie that he sang this, then there was a reference for the start of the song, I believe. So he sang it, and then we heard a little bit of this song. Oh, they were riding in the car. Oh my God. It's a Lot Like Love, something like this with Ashton Kutcher. Check out the movie. All right, let's restart. That's so cool. It just sounded so familiar all of a sudden. I just watched this movie every 2 years or so. I rewatch it because I love this movie. Is this the same singer they had in 1986? I don't know. Interesting.
And if you leave me now, you'll take away the very heart of me.
Beautiful.
Ooh, no, baby, please don't.
String section. Again, like in the last song.
Ooh, God, I just want you to stay.
Beautiful.
Love like ours is love that's hard to find.
So open, the sound.
How could we let it slip away?
So in a sense, they're orchestrating their songs. So now I understand more why they related to Bach the last time, and they did a little bit of this string section where it really started doing themes from Bach's music. So they're used to orchestrating. I wonder who orchestrates it. Is it done, for example, with notes? Is there a person that helps them do that, or are they really, really learned musicians? It's really interesting. And here, right here, he really reminds me from the profile and the eyes and the hair color, the drummer of Queen, Roger Taylor.
Want you to stay.
A little bit rounder.
Love like ours is love that's hard to find.
You can hear the orchestration of the violin line and the horn section from behind. Besides, round it up a little bit more. Wow. I think it's a French horn. Yeah, I remember the lyrics.
How could we end it all this way?
Yeah, I think it was a very prominent theme, that they were saying this, like, we got all that far, and how can we leave everything behind? I think a lot of songs in the 70s talk about that and say that kind of line in a different way. Interesting also to know the violin section is not a part of the band, right? The horn section is, but the violin section is like people working with the band.
How
I
could we
believe so. Let me know in the
end it
comments.
all this way? When tomorrow comes and we both regret the things we said today.
Beautiful classical guitar or acoustic. This is 12 string, I believe. Beautiful as well. I already said the last time that Chicago wasn't very well known in Israel, but I think that this song is a little bit more known because everything sounds very familiar here. Even the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, it sounds like something that I've heard in the radio or something. We used to listen to a lot of radio in the 80s, even in the 90s, I know that there is almost no radio listeners today. We have all these apps to hear like specific radio. Until you're done with that and you're opening up your Spotify and then you put on your own song list and everything. But it's a great experience to listen to radio because stuff like this I wouldn't never hear by myself, I guess. But yeah, I mean, one of the reasons that I'm doing reaction videos is to get to know new artists. And this is another way to do that.
Love like ours is love, it's hard to find.
His voice is very different than
How could
the lead
we
singer that I heard.
let it slip away?
It could be the same artist, but I mean, 10 years later, he just seems to be really young in the clip that I saw from the 80s. So I'm not sure whether or not it's the same person and just his look is really different, or that they replaced the singer and the guitar player when they came to the 80s. They just, I saw in the Eagles that it happened. Some of the artists there were just different a little later on. So in 75, they had one change, and then in 77. And so many bands did that anyway. I mean, not just in the US.
We've come too far to leave it all behind. How could we end it all this way? When tomorrow comes and we both regret the things we said today.
I mean, I can't tell. I really can't tell.
You'll take away the biggest part of me. Ooh, now, baby, please don't go.
Also, that his voice sounds very distinct here. It sounds like a very specific voice. So I don't know if this is just here, the way that he recorded, maybe the microphone or how he sang in this specific recording. And then later he just sounded a little bit different, or is this another singer, as I said before?
Ooh, girl, just got to have you by my side. Ooh, oh, baby, please don't go. Ooh, mama, I just got to have your
So yeah, guys, something that came up very distinctively to my ears is that they're not really. I was thinking for a second, I'm stopping a guitar solo. And then I heard it again from the start once I got back to the beginning. And I heard that it wasn't really actually 100% a guitar solo. It was more like of a transitional instrumental part. I think that their instrumental approach is more important for them than doing guitar solos. And this is an interesting approach. It's very, very different, I think, to a lot of rock bands, not just in the 70s, but also in the 60s. I think that guitar solos were something that were, first of all, this is something that I'm thinking about right now. It can be very much so that the guitar solo came from blues first. So I guess that the blues tradition went inside of rock and roll mainstream and made it sort of like decided. So I guess that the fact that you should have a guitar solo comes from something more bluesy. So when I think about this now, when I listen to B.B. King, and I mean, his tradition is in the 60s, I believe, more so than the 50s. So this was already rock and roll in the making, right? So it's really interesting to think what was the aim of the guitar solo, because I know that the guitar amplifiers and the guitars themselves became a little bit more significant in the 50s, in the mid 50s. All the guitar creators and the guitar companies started to create more the electric guitar and the amplifiers the way that we know them from the mid 50s onwards, like Fender and the different guitar creators. It's interesting to know, like, first of all, what came before. Somebody said, I want to play a solo in this way, and then somebody created this guitar. Or maybe it was they heard the sound and they said, I can do this thing with this guitar. Because, for example, I know that the distortion was invented by a person who just kicked an amplifier and wanted it to have a certain sound that is more scratchy and more raw. And that way, like, the amplifier was actually sort of broken or something. So this is how distortion came to be, at least from the story that I saw on that specific documentary. So it's really, really interesting to follow all of these steps, because this way you know more what you're talking about. Like right now, I'm trying to understand, is this imperative to have a guitar solo on your song? Because up until 2 minutes ago, I was pretty sure that every rock song that respects itself has to have at least a piano solo or something really guitar-y. And I'm just thinking to myself, is this more of a tradition of the blues? Because blues also became more prominent in the 50s. So which one is? I don't know. I mean, it's really interesting, and I have to explore it more, I guess, to answer all of these questions. This is part of the journey that I'm going through. So anyway, they're more musical, and for them, the connectivity of how you see the whole song as a musical piece is more important than giving one instrument to be more in the center of the piece. That's a very interesting approach. It's different than mine. I still am a great believer in rock solos and guitar solos whenever you can put them. But yeah, it made me think. So I actually loved it. I love the way that he stresses the words, as I said it before. He stresses the words with musicality, and he just makes you really, really, really feel them through the music. That's a unique approach, and it's a brilliant song. I'm going to probably listen to this more now that I've listened to it once. And yeah, this was my second reaction to Chicago. Let me know down in the comments what kind of reactions you want me to do, what artists you want me to listen to, what do you think about this song, and so on and so forth. And what do you think about guitar solos? Are they really, really important, guys? Maybe it's more of a take from the blues world, and we actually, us rockers, just go to a tradition that isn't 100% ours. I don't know. I mean, right now it is a rock tradition, so who can tell what's a tradition anymore anyways? So yeah, guys, thank you so much for being with me for this one, and I will see you in the next one.